What's up, y'all? I normally don't do things like this, but I had to come up on here and brag about God. Man. So back in March, I want to say it was like the first week in March, I was working at this hotel, and this lady comes in, and I check her in at the front desk. I'm just telling her about the hotel and everything, check her in, give her a key, send her to her room. About maybe 5 minutes later, she comes back down, and she asks me if I can move her to a different room. And we were slow that day, and I said, you know what, ma'am, I can go ahead and upgrade you, because I remember you saying that you wanted to have a special night with you and your husband. Her husband was on his way going to meet his wife at the hotel, but she got there before him, so she wanted to check in. So I upgraded her to a suite with some different amenities. And so that way, her and her husband can have a great night. So hours go by. I'm in the restaurant area, and I'm helping the restaurant prepare for an event that's about to happen at the restaurant. Just helping them set up some different things. And the lady comes back, and she sits in the lobby, and she's crying. And I leave the restaurant area, and I noticed that she's sitting there crying, and as I'm walking up towards her, I noticed she had a Bible in her hand. So I walk up to her and said, ma'am, is everything okay? Is there anything I can do? And she had told me that her husband, on the way to the hotel, got into a serious car accident. I mean, to the point where he broke his neck, he broke his arm, his leg. He was just messed up, completely messed up. And I said, I'm so sorry that this happened. Can I pray for you? Now, normally when you're on a job, you can't really do things like that. But I said, you know what? In this moment, God is leading me to pray for her. So I sat down next to her. I prayed for her for about 10 minutes. I gave her a hug, and I said, trust God. God is going to work everything out. And then she goes back up to her room. This happened back in March. So this morning, on my way to work, I stopped at Starbucks just to get some tea before I start my shift. I placed my order, and I stepped to the side. That same lady walks into Starbucks with her husband. Now, I don't recognize her at all, but she steps in, she places her order, and she saw me standing in the waiting area. And she looks at me, and she starts crying. She said, Alex, oh my God, Alex, is that you? I'm looking at her, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Alex. Do I know? I don't recognize this woman. I don't recognize her at all. Mind you, because this incident happened back in March, so I don't really remember faces too well. She walks up to me and gives me a hug, and she says to me, back in March, you prayed for me and my husband, and you took care of us while we were staying at your hotel. And as you can see, my husband has fully recovered, and there's nothing wrong with him anymore. He's gone through his therapies and everything. He's fine. And so I start breaking down. I start crying. Then she takes out her purse, and she writes a check. She said, Alex, I want to give you this check to sow it into you because you sold it to me when you didn't even know me. And on the back of the check, it said, Trust God. Everything's gonna work out. And I'm like, I'm just like floored by how God can use you in a moment to help someone you don't even know, and everything will come back full circle. And when God has something for you, it will make sure it is for you. So I'm here to tell everybody, like, yo, don't doubt the plans that God has for you, because there are people that he will use to bless you in moments where you don't even see a blessing coming your way. Like, I didn't expect today to walk into Starbucks to see that same woman that I saw back in March to bless me with a check. Like, I didn't even ask for, just because I did a human thing by praying for her. God is real. And all I want to say to y'all is, like, listen, do not doubt the plans that God has for you, because he will make it so that you will prosper if you continue to trust and follow him. So I had to come on here and share this testimony, because I've never received anything like that in the 30 years that I've been alive. I've never had anything like that happen to me. So I hope this inspires somebody. So God bless. I love y'all. Y'all take it easy.